we are going to see the movie Deva. It's a
That's right.
Bollywood movie. And
What? It is?
Yep. And it's 2 hours and 25 minutes. He doesn't know anything about it. Riley doesn't know anything about it.
Okay.
I watched the trailer. It looks awesome. And I'm super excited to see it.
Like Deva?
Yeah, it's like, because there's Devara, and then this is Deva.
I'm
Completely unrelated.
like, what? Is,
This is a modern movie,
Oh, okay.
and
It's
that
not
is
some
a
ancient fucking
Well, it's
fishing
not,
village.
It's not that ancient because they had guns and bombs.
That's true. Yeah.
But this is like
That's true.
a modern. I'll just spoil it right now. This is a modern cop movie, action packed.
Is it a buddy cop movie? Because those are my
I
favorites.
doubt it. But I'll tell you this, Deva, whoever he is, he looks so badass. It's ridiculous. And
Wait,
there's
more
been a lot of.
badass than actual.
I don't know. I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of death and a lot of gunplay, so it's gonna be cool.
Oh,
I'm excited.
like a Bollywood John Wick.
It looks like it, except they got the dancing numbers and stuff.
They have to. They,
right in the
they
middle of
can't
it.
make a movie without a huge dance.
It shows like all
every
these cops
time.
dancing, like
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're
So-
twirling their batons and shit.
So, other than that,
That'd be awesome.
I don't think there's anything else to say. So,
Yeah, I have no idea.
We'll, catch ya.
from the trailers that you saw.
yep.
What if you had to give it an honest? Be like maybe a 6, maybe an 8.
Probably 8 or 9. But I'll tell you this: someone farted and it's awful. So,
You fucker!
wasn't me. See us. That was good. I like that. That was a good movie.
It was good. It was, it was typical Bollywood. Awesome.
Was it? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what are you talking about?
What?
That was.
Have you seen a bad Bollywood movie yet? I haven't.
I haven't. No. But we've only seen 3, so
all in theater.
not-
I mean,
yeah. But
when you put it that way, but like,
it was good. I had a good time.
100% track record.
I was into that movie a lot.
Oh,
The story was really, really good.
it was. It
I'll
was
say
super clever.
some parts of the pacing,
yeah,
it drug a little bit.
I'll give it that.
They could have. Well, I don't know. A lot of it was super important. Like,
Yeah.
It was slow burn, little nuggets here and there.
yeah,
and
this is more of a detective movie than it is like an action movie that I thought it was going to be.
correct.
So
That's still a lot of action.
there's still good action too.
So
He sure likes to break fuckers' arms.
Oh my god. Okay,
And you hear it.
who would you want to be friends with, this guy or Devara?
Both.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So,
No, Deva probably. He's
because he's
they're both so morally sound. It's well.
nah.
Hold on. Deva B.
Deva B.
We can't get into this.
No, we can't. We can't. So wow, yeah. Wow, this is crazy.
It's pretty awesome, like story-wise.
It is.
It caught me off guard at a certain point. I'm like, oh no, and then I was like, oh no, and I was like, holy shit, and then I was like,
oh,
what the
no.
fuck, and then I was like, it was like I 180'd 3 times
Yeah.
during the ending, or like
You end
it's
up
not the
getting-
ending, it's like the last 45 minutes, something
yeah,
like
they
that.
start on shit starts to unravel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, sorry,
tell you-
little Yanni.
This movie is almost 2 movies.
Yeah,
It's like 2 separate movies. This thing happens, or like this is lead up to
There's
this thing,
2
and something happens,
It
and then
takes place in 2 different time
correct
segments. I
It's
guess
pretty
we'll say.
crazy.
Yeah.
What do you
Which
guys
is-
think of Deva when he's in badass mode?
Okay.
He's literally the most badass person who's ever lived. Ever.
I wouldn't
Ever.
want to be his friend. He's so badass.
I just kept thinking like, oh, now you pissed him off. Oh,
over
shit.
and over again.
Yeah.
But like, you get this impression that he will defend anyone that's
His
important
friends.
to him.
His
above
brothers.
anything.
His brothers are the most important thing. His
So-
fellow police officers.
Yeah, and that's pretty. I like the nobility of that. And
Yeah,
the
same here.
camaraderie.
That's the best
Those-
part is like this bonds of friendship are so
They're
strong.
unbreakable.
He will break the fuck out of you if you fuck with that. So
I've
you'll be
learned
broken.
something, I think, watching enough Bollywood movies now,
Mm-hmm.
that the better the better the dancer the actor is, the more badass the character is.
For sure.
For sure.
I was a little...
This one dance scene.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed there was only one.
What the fuck?
Like RRR.
Yeah, well,
it
that
has
has
like three or so.
Four, yeah.
I think 4 counting the end credits, maybe.
Yeah.
This one was really good, though.
It was.
One thing I'll say about this movie, it was really loud, just like the other one. I just remember it being super loud.
This wasn't that loud.
I don't know, Riley.
The theater.
Yeah, the theater itself was super loud.
Earbuds in.
I did noise cap. I did this a couple times because it was so loud.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I didn't know.
What do you think of the soundtrack? I thought it was awesome. Every little...
It's
It's
got
so
that
catchy.
Hollywood nonstop. There's very few scenes that have somber or light music or anything. It's always going forward, going forward, going forward.
The
all
music
the time
makes him even more badass.
It's scary.
As he just walks like, and this music like,
he has
just
the
bombastic.
best stance and walk of any person ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. This guy is just oozing
I can't
masculinity
believe how
and just
athletic he is and how much he smokes.
Nobody's that cool.
Just always smoking. And it's always it's like going from his mouth up to
he gives you when he's like, did you just say that? Like, he'll just be like, and then you're like, okay, I'm out of the room, bye.
Everyone,
like,
everyone's always like
fucking scary.
Darwin steps back whenever he just looks at you like, no.
You know what
he doesn't say nothing.
He's like Andrew Tate, but a good guy.
Who's Andrew Tate?
You don't know
Andrew Tate.
Even he knows who Andrew Tate is.
Whatever.
He was MMA too, right?
Oh,
he was MMA
guy.
And like
sure.
he went off and did a bunch of, not to sully this movie with that piece of shit. I'll tell you right now.
Well, it's not
I
doing
don't
then.
like him, but because he's the ultimate like masculine, like
stare you down before a match.
like just
okay.
like, but he.
I think I heard that name.
He's infamous for being like he's basically toxic masculinity.
What did you think
on
about
steroids? But if you take him and make him a good guy, you get this guy.
I don't know. This guy was a toxic mask. I don't even like that term much.
Yeah,
but he
I don't
was
either,
toxic.
But he was very
police
racist.
brutality.
Yes.
He treated his fucking officers that weren't his close inner circle like shit.
Kind of, looked down on him.
He was brutal.
You find out like
he puts a gun in a civilian's mouth like, bitch, like,
tell me where the mother.
All this crazy shit happens.
And it's on camera. I mean,
it's all. And I was like, what? Like, honestly,
in the U.S., you're like going to prison for that.
Yeah,
shit. Like,
exactly.
Instantly.
He just beats the
India,
shit out of all these
not so much
civilians all the time, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, he's got a job.
That's
to
how
do.
bad he wants to get the job done. Then you find out there's other factors
There's
later.
so much more going on. I would say this has a pretty rich story overall.
I think this story is the strongest part.
It is, and it's got. It's the onion effect, so it's got all these layers and stuff, and you don't know until pretty much
it's really close to the end.
You're like, well, and I'm like, maybe it's this guy or maybe it's that guy, and we're like,
now I kept you. And that's the sign of a good detective movie.
Yeah, because I couldn't.
Like I said, it's more of a detective movie. You're you're really trying to piece some shit together. What do you think of the acting?
I
thought it was
awesome.
all super
good.
It was great.
Really good.
It was. I won't say it's Oscar worthy, but there wasn't scenes that would approach that level of emotion in the sense of like sadness.
I just think him being a badass.
I mean, dude, it's ridiculous.
He played that part
I can't even believe how.
I'm just watching him be a badass. Like that's some good badass acting. Like you're a badass.
I don't know.
I really bought him as a badass.
Like,
and he's
when he's not on set and he's at the bar or something, does he also act like that? Because like he can just turn that on and just be like that makes you he's probably the sexiest guy in fucking India, probably. How could you not be?
I don't know.
He's
badass.
The beard, the hair, he's all groomed and he's just slick.
The second part of the movie he shaves and you're like, that's a whole different person.
Yeah, because the everything shifts. The story shifts dramatically. So
let's get to ratings so we can spoil it because it's getting late.
So I will say this about it. I will admit that it is lacking in. I mean, it has them sprinkled throughout, but I wish there was more action.
I'm gonna say there's like 5 good fights and like 2 of them are really short.
Yeah, that's about it. So that's not what I was hoping for. This is not a Devara
I don't
where
think you knew what you were hoping for when you got into it.
Well,
But
I mean, after the first fight scene, I'm like, yes, okay, I'm in for this the whole way.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, I gotta wait now. Oh, that's right. There's an actual
that's the
plot.
thing, though. Is like,
It was like good.
That's what I liked about it. That's like once I got into the story, I was like, okay.
Oh, the story is really good.
Like-
so you're not banking. It's not that.
Well, because here's how it goes. The first part of it
Yeah.
is like heavy duty action, I think.
It is.
Most of the action scenes are in the
They're
beginning.
setting up his character. They're setting up
and then
stuff.
Then you get interested in the plot and the rest of it's like story.
The middle is a lot of-
the one in the alley
yeah.
or where all the cars pull up. That fight is the only one in the second half of the movie. A couple punches and slamming people down to get evidence, or, you know.
Well, when the
couple.
cops get whatever, we can't spoil it. So
That's the first part.
Oh, yeah,
Up till he shoots that guy.
Sort.
All that.
Yeah.
It's the whole first half of the movie. Anyway,
Yeah, you're not.
I'm gonna
you're
say
not
I'm between 8 and 9.
I'm gonna give
I really
this-
liked the story so much that I think I'm gonna go with a 9.
wrong. Okay, 9
So,
for you.
This story, I've
is.
never seen this story in any other movie or iteration of it. So,
I can think of one,
okay. Well,
But-
I can't think of something that's exactly
but if
like
I
this.
tell you the title, you'll
Then
know
it'll spoil it.
this the whole.
So I'm
movie,
9. What
so
do you got, B?
I'm gonna give this a very, very healthy 8.
8.
Yep.
Riley, we done a lot of talking. You spit out some words and then give us a rating. What you got?
Well, I'm just gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
It's solid.
Awesome.
I will say, the beginning I was tired, so
Yeah.
I started dozing off a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Missed
no.
a couple story plots and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. But I got back into it, and when I was into it, I was really into it.
Yeah,
'Cause
the-
the story was that good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So-
It's
The way
well
I
written.
look at this movie is like story 10, pacing
Yeah.
maybe 7,
Yeah.
acting 8 or 9. I don't
Action.
Badassery.
The action
Badassery is
scenes
like
were-
11.
Yeah, like it makes a ton of points up.
So that's how it averages up to a 9 for me.
Yeah.
We're
for
gonna get
sure.
into spoilers though. So boilers.
spoilers.
First off, before spoilers, go see this if you can. It's awesome.
100%. Give these people your money because they deserve it. This was a well-made
Here's the thing though.
movie.
This is the only theater in this whole
So
state.
come here. Come
that-
here.
Yeah, we're in Burnsville.
Yeah, come to the
It's what's
Burnsville.
called the CMX.
Yeah, I think so.
CMX Cinemas.
Yep.
It's a Sony.
By the way, one of the coolest theaters you'll
Yes.
ever go see. So
Burnsville, Minnesota. Come here. This is the only place in the state that's playing this movie.
Oh man,
And
get
it's
your
the
ass
only-
over here.
It's the only place in the state that played that Devara either.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
yeah, this is Bollywood
They
Central.
do play a lot of
Minneapolis.
those. Yeah, but here we go. Spoilers.
So, spoilers. Wow. There's a lot to uncover.
know, I
'cause
wanna
there's
try to
some
make it kinda
serious
quick.
twists in this, which make it a very
What's your favorite twist, Riley?
delicious.
I don't even know.
The biggest one, the elephant in the room. Okay,
Well,
It's an
it kept
amnesia
flipping
movie.
for me.
It's an amnesia movie. So
Yeah.
back to Clean Slate. Even though that's a comedy, that's a detective movie where the main detective has amnesia.
that's not even close.
No, the premise
no,
of an amnesia cop though is
No, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen this before where the amnesia is the fucking dude with amnesia is the villain.
yeah. So he just spoiled it for you guys.
It's in spoilers. We're already in spoilers.
I know,
Anyway,
I know that. I'm
he just
saying.
spoiled it for you.
Yeah. Well, you could have finessed that.
Let me
That's all I'm saying.
going to summarize real quick, as fast as I can, and then we'll talk about some highlights. Turns out this dude's a fucking dirty cop. He's a dirty cop, and he fucking is working for the main guy they've been trying to hunt. The main guy, this villain, who's been killing all these cops.
Yes.
And he's been working for him and tipping him off. Now,
Every time they go to raid his wherever
Yep.
he's at, he tips him off, and then the guy escapes.
you, as the audience member, don't fucking know that.
You don't have any idea.
There's a certain point, he's like, I tell you who the killer is. He's calling his captain dude. And then boom, he gets hit in the head. Amnesia moment. And
Well, at that point, we don't even know who the
during
killer
the first whole part,
Yeah.
while he up to the point where he shoots that he kills the guy who's been hiring him
Yep.
just to
He
cover
kills
his evidence.
The villain.
I didn't even see that part.
Okay, so he
okay.
kills that dude. And that's a huge part. That's probably
It's the crux of
It's the whole crux of the movie.
It's the entire
he
pillar.
kills
of
that
yeah,
Boptov guy or whatever.
the mob.
The mob boss.
Yep.
And destroys a bunch of evidence during the time. So you think,
his
as an
involvement
audience
with him,
member, that
yeah.
he's the best cop ever.
Well, he
And
gives his best friend the merits of killing
He's like-
him. He's like, you did it. Here's your gun.
there's a bunch of good lines. He's like,
He's that
with
bro-ish.
with brothers,
Yeah.
it's not, if there's an oxygen container, it's about who needs it the most.
Yeah.
So like, you fucking, or credit. When it comes to credit with brothers. So
Because his well, there's a backstory.
Yeah, there's a bunch of- there's a
Backstory,
ton.
trying to make him prop
So-
his friend up.
what it comes down to is he's got amnesia. The police commissioner knows he fucked up that evidence. And he's been fucking around with evidence the whole time. And then he plays Deva the fact that he's actually a good cop, but he doesn't know that he fucking killed that dude.
Right.
So what ends up happening is his buddy is like, I'm sorry, man, but I know you made those calls to that dude. I traced all the SIM card, a bunch of like cool
It's all
technical
there.
stuff.
Yeah, it's all there.
And then he's like,
So his best friend, right?
that's his best friend
Yeah.
for life. They
Yeah.
were childhood buddies.
They grew up together, yeah.
And fucking, he's like, his buddy's like, I'm a good cop. I can't fucking let you do this.
Yep.
So Deva
He busts him.
sets up a fucking remote gun in the thing for when he gets that medal for killing that gangster.
Yeah, he
Kills him.
Yeah, a big
Because his buddy
ceremony.
threatened to spill the beans.
Correct. Well,
Yep.
he said for sure May 1st, I am spilling the beans on you. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But it's going to happen. And you're rotten on the inside and all this shit.
He's
You're a
like,
fucking
"Hey, I'm
horrible-"
rotten."
Yeah, it's crazy.
He goes and talks
like-
to his best friend's sister,
Yes.
who has a video of him rehearsing the speech.
Nope, we're not there yet. Boom.
There's a lot.
He has the fucking, he has the accident. So the rest of the movie, so when he gets shot, his friend gets shot at that ceremony. You think
He's
Deva's
giving
like,
a speech and he's.
you think Deva, he runs after this guy and he goes up and tries to look for him?
Dude,
He fucking already knew that no one was up there.
Yeah,
which is crazy because he
ran
set
them
that
all
shit up.
there. Yeah, he ran all
What
these
a-
cops
what a
away from the site.
From the scene of from
Yeah,
where the gun
it's
fired.
actually really smart.
It's super clever.
Yeah.
And then, then after he kills him, so then that's what happens right there. Bam, he's driving. He's about to tell the commissioner. Bam, amnesia.
No, the
But
reason
what
why
really-
he's about to spill the beans is because.
But what really
the dude's-
happened is now, where
Yeah.
after the dude dies, right? Then you said he talks to the sister.
Yeah.
So it's after he dies. That's
so
why
she shows him a video
of him saying his speech.
Yeah,
his best
what he
friend
was really
saying the
gonna
speech,
say.
What he was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because he's threatening. He's like, when I do
And
my
it-
speech, I'm gonna rat you out.
Yeah.
And it turns out he doesn't rat him out.
Yes.
He wasn't
He stays
gonna
a
in
true
the
friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy,
he's
the
like-
main character, tears
It
up.
breaks
Deva,
him
he's like-
down
He
He was.
so
There's
hard.
a long scene where he's like, dude, I need.
His
Can I
friends
get
are
a second
everything
chance?
in
I want to
this
start a new fucking life with this girl
I
that
don't
he met.
want to. I don't want to be this guy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a second chance? And then
He was gonna give him that second chance.
Yeah, but he fucking killed his
But
best
he
friend.
killed him instead.
I know.
Yeah.
And you don't
so
find-
it's like
Remote gun.
it's super
Yeah.
tragic.
And you don't
it's
find-
Romeo and Juliet.
You don't find
blah, blah,
any
blah.
of this out till the end.
Nope.
And it's crazy because if I rewatch it, I'd be like, oh shit, it all makes sense.
Yeah,
But,
it was a little bit hard because you're reading subtitles and everything's
That's
not
true.
obvious.
It was a little bit tougher
if you're
with
not
subtitles.
like reading. Yeah,
I prioritized reading the subtitles,
you have to.
but
to
some
get-
of them were too fast for me to read.
They kind
and
of-
I fucking read really fast.
Yeah, I
do.
don't like that when they.
So
they
it
don't-
was like, oh wow, I
trying to
missed
keep
some.
up with the way
Yeah.
that people talk.
Or I was
so-
trying to look at some acting and glance down and read, but it's gone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but it was usually it was,
So then,
So-
yeah,
he goes back to the commissioner. He's like, they gave him. They're like, dude, you have amnesia. We all, the whole department, figured that out.
you're different.
You're
right
making
now,
some
'cause
fucking
he's
mistakes.
like, yeah,
He's like
not-
a good cop. He's nice to his cohorts
Yeah,
and shit.
it's weird. He goes from dark evil version
He
of a
changes
badass
character.
to like
Yeah.
yeah. He's
It was like
totally,
a whole nother movie.
It was.
And then he prioritizes solving the case.
that he's
that
at the center of it.
that
He
he's the
doesn't know
murderer.
it, which is awesome. So
And
he's
and he tells the commissioner,
It's so
he's like,
cool.
dude, it's up to you what you do on the last page. And it
Yeah.
was like, well, the findings.
Yeah,
or
he's
whatever.
like, everything's in there. That's all the evidence.
I've done all the
This is
research,
all
I've done
the
everything.
reports, I've learned everything. The killer's in there. Now you just have to sign off on it, basically.
And he's like, listen to that voicemail from the day I crashed.
yeah.
And he's like,
Because he knew that he knew that
he heard that.
He heard it,
The
yeah.
voicemail. He knew
his boss already knew that he was the killer.
His
the
boss
whole
already knew he
time.
was the killer.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get him because Deva fucked up the evidence the whole time.
Yeah.
That was the whole crux. He had to get him back.
Yeah.
Because he's a good cop, and that's what he said. He's like, you know what? You're a good cop, dude. Like, I respect it.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta turn you in, and that's it.
You.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What a fucking sweet plot. It's
really
one
good.
of the best plots for a cop movie I've ever seen.
It is.
So sorry, I just wanted to break it all down.
No, it's good
as
because
fast as I could.
it's very.
I, like, completely spoiled it, but
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
we're in spoilers.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's weird that like all the female characters are sort of they're way on the edges of things, and you're like, because I was having a hard time. Like, who's that? Is that the
I
sister
knew
of the dude? And is he
Dia
banging her?
is-
And who's this?
That was
and,
a girl he had an affair with earlier on.
Yeah, and like that was the
And then
confusing
that was
part.
her husband, like with unpacking the car,
Yep.
and like, but he
Yeah,
was
I like missed that whole.
yeah.
It was a
still-
subplot that was kind of like
It was a throwaway.
Well, no, it was shining light on who he really is. Like, he's willing to even do that.
Yeah.
Like, bad version of him.
And what happened though is she was outside the door when
Listening
when him and his best friend were like, "I'm gonna
'Cause
rat you out, and I know you
that's
did it."
Her
No,
brother.
because
Or-
so that he
right?
never
Yeah.
says a word about her secret. She has his secret.
Yep.
And that's what it was.
What
It was like a
clever
trade-off.
little Fucking. Yeah, it's pretty.
The other
sweet.
one, the secret thing. There's a bunch of like.
There's a
I'll
couple
take my
little
secret.
things in there,
Yeah.
where it's like, this was not the easiest plot for me to follow because it was so heavy subtitles. And I did get up for a minute, but that I didn't think
explain it to you
I
real
didn't
quick.
miss anything. I had to go to the bathroom.
I don't know. I don't feel like
For some reason, I just couldn't quite follow everything.
I don't feel like I
perfectly.
missed a fucking fraction of a
No, you
bit
didn't.
of
Well,
it.
some parts were misleading too. Like I thought,
Yeah.
Purposely.
I
Yeah,
thought the
for
girls were the killers at.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
time,
who's
like-
this? Like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
it throws you off
Because
so
he has
many times.
amnesia, there's a chunk.
He doesn't.
It's
know
like it's
Dia
like
is-
several days leading
like-
up to it
Mm-hmm.
that he doesn't remember, or that he doesn't have any
He
information
doesn't
about.
even know who some
So
of the
he's like
people
looking,
are.
snooping through.
He
their
doesn't know like
wallets
who most of the.
Yeah, he's
department-
like,
trying
I'm
to
just,
figure out
yeah.
who
So,
they are.
so he
blend
literally,
in.
He's trying to blend in his department
yes,
with amnesia,
and
and he's like,
has
"Good
no-
morning, guys."
And
Yeah,
it's
normally
like-
he walks around with like his like a regular dress shirt, his fucking chest bare, like jeans, just glasses. He looks
There's
like
a
fucking
fucking-
Sylvester Stallone in Cobra,
Except
walking
way
around.
cooler.
Yeah, way cooler.
I'll tell you this.
and that's normal. And then when he comes back, he's all like in his uniform
in his
and shaved.
There's
and
a
people are
sweet
like,
line
what the fuck?
in the beginning of the movie. They're like, "You don't even fucking wear a uniform. You're like above
Oh,
that."
yeah.
It's like, well,
No,
if you
the-
gotta get dirty,
Yeah.
I don't want it to get on that
Yeah,
uniform.
like,
'Cause that uniform stands for shit.
It's
Hey,
like
when-
sacred uniform.
when I
and
make
don't
shit
wanna
dirty,
sully
I don't
it.
want to sully your guys' uniform. I'm gonna wear my own shit.
Yeah, it was.
There's
pretty,
so many good lines like that too.
The dialogue is really
I
good.
really liked it.
I will say that. Another interesting thing about this, and they have entire sentences in English and then entire sentences.
That happened at Deva.
repeatedly.
Deva.
And
You
in
know?
the text threads too. It was all.
That's what I'm saying.
Mostly English.
I'm like,
I'm reading subtitles and then then they're saying it. It'll be half of one. It'll be two
Yeah.
lines in a subtitle, and the top one will be
in Hindi.
in Hindi, and then the second one it'll be straight up English.
And you're like, what?
Like they'll say it verbatim. And you're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, it's
I don't
just
know.
whenever they felt like they wanted to switch gears, they just did.
So does that mean that when you watch it in Hindi,
if there's no
That's those English
subtitles,
subtitles
yeah,
on
that's
the
what that
bottom?
would mean.
Weird.
But here's the thing, though: most of the world knows English now, so
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
so for them
Yeah.
that's why they switch gears so easily.
Maybe.
Because no, I'm
Yeah,
not even
I don't know.
kidding.
I
Like
guess.
English is barely a second language in most
Sure.
countries now. So
oh man,
It's
so
crazy.
he's so badass. He
It's
cocks
ridiculous.
his gun with his boot,
he like lifts his
and he goes on
the
the
back-
back
on
of
the
his
heel
boot,
of
and he
it.
does that like 3 times. Man, he does so many cool fucking
It's
things.
pretty cool. You know what he does best though?
Drive a motorcycle and look badass like a motherfucker.
No, he smokes a cigarette
I
like
know.
nobody's business.
And it goes up in his nose from his mouth.
Well, he does that, but like the way he will look around
Yeah.
with this fucking cigarette, and he'll look at you, and you're like, hey, if he took those glasses off, there'd be laser beams shooting through my head. Like,
Here's the other thing.
fucking
For being so
terrifying.
fit, he has a bunch of chase scenes.
Oh, dude, he can.
He rips cigs like a fatty, dude. Like,
Yeah, I don't like every scene he's smoking. It's really weird.
He takes
the
some
other thing
fat
too,
rips.
so
Holy
he
shit.
goes through his amnesia
I
thing.
couldn't
He's
smoke
all
like that when I
clean
smoked.
shaven, but then as the movie progresses in that second half, he starts to get.
And he starts getting rowdier with people and more.
His old self starts to come
Deva
out a little
comes
more,
up,
and I
yeah.
like how they very subtly push that in there because then now he's not using his uniform.
Yeah, yeah.
He's wearing regular clothes again.
For
and
sure.
He starts to become his old self, and then he realizes, and then he basically solves his own case, which is crazy.
Which is the murder of his best friend.
Yes,
Which is crazy.
Who was not gonna rat him out, and it's so tragic. So
It is tragic.
So it's
and a little bit of tears during that when he's watching that.
he broke down. Like you could tell he's still soft on the inside. Well, she even says it. One of the
She sees a child like
that's what. Yeah, there's
in
a
him.
line in there. Yeah,
but behind the grumpy dick face fucking
asshole,
bunch of insults.
abrasive, fucking yeah.
I see like a child that still has wonder in his eyes or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, I wanted him to retire with her.
Yeah,
I wanted
he's
the cop.
going to jail.
I kind of wanted the cop at the end to be like, "Well, you're a good cop. I'm just gonna delete the voicemail."
Nah,
But it's way more awesome.
The whole part is that there's still honor in the police fucking force.
That's true.
Like that's the whole crux because his friend was his friend compromised the honor of the badge and died for it.
Yeah, I suppose.
So like that gives all the weight that you could possibly
When I
have.
saw the 6 months later, I thought it was going to be like 10 months later or 10 years later. Or
So
something.
you're like his beard is
and
gray
then he
now.
comes comes back and like runs away with that girl after
Oh,
he
yeah.
served all
maybe.
that prison time.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I thought the ending.
I
was
will
going
say
to be.
this:
I'm guessing he's
it
getting
was-
25
it
years.
ends on a very nasty prison riot. Like
So the ending is he's in prison.
Pretty cool.
And they start a riot because
the
they got
prisoners
the old
fuck
cigarettes and a tennis ball technique
old
over the fence.
trick. Yeah.
Anyway, the fucking guy's like, "You're new here. Don't fuck with these guys. They're dangerous."
Oh, yeah,
He's
there's
like,
a prison guard
They
that-
still need to respect me because I'm new and I'm
and-
trying to make
well-
my name because I'm new.
well,
He's
it's
trying to
more
be a
like
diva.
they gotta
Yes.
respect the
And they
authority.
beat the shit out of him. And then the funny thing is,
A war
it starts a
breaks
big
out.
riot.
Yep.
And Deva, because he's an ex-cop, he's like, instead of
Oh,
beating
no.
up the cops,
He beats the
shit out
out
of
of
the
all
prisoners.
the inmates. It's
just so he can get a couple hits off that
It's so
cigarette.
funny, and it ends this still shot of
He's
him
choking a guy out and he stole his
No,
cigarette.
he's like Python wrapped around.
No, he
this
had a
guy.
bar around the
Dude,
guy's
I'm
neck.
telling you, he's like leaning on him like he's a couch,
And
and,
he-
he's all pretzeled
Yeah,
up with
and then he
bars
like
and
plucks
shit,
the cig
like-
out of his mouth. He's like,
and he's like,
Hell
I'll
yeah.
have one of those. I'll take another one.
take another rip. I'll take a
Ends on
third
this
one.
fucking Sweet,
And that's where it
it's
ends.
so funny. It's great.
Oh
I
man,
love it.
I'll tell you, the music alone is worth it. Just because I got pumped. I was
Whoever does the Bollywood, or the Bollywood mentality with their music selection is just
Fantastic.
It's so superior to like American shit.
everything got me so pumped.
It escalates everything
Yeah, it does.
every time. It elevates the mood.
Don't fucking make him mad. What are you
Dude,
doing, you idiot?
I mean, we haven't seen a Bollywood movie where the lead isn't completely just
the most badass,
the most crazy
jacked ass,
Superman ever.
jacked
So
fucking
like, of course,
badass
there's
motherfucker.
gonna be music following him like that, like his music cape of awesomeness.
Yeah, that's kind of how all three of these movies
They
I've
have
seen,
been.
But
I don't think anything was more. Deva though was.
I think
It's just a conversation of two people
Yeah.
talking, and it's like.
well, that had a couple more actual music videos too.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap
that's
it up.
true. That's
It's good.
I think.
I think it's great.
It's a great movie.
And go see it.
Absolutely, come to Burnsville and check out
Yeah.
CMX. One of the best looking, beautiful theaters.
Yeah,
that you'll find.
we have another
the
video.
theater we were in was massive. That's
Massive.
another one. It's got levels and levels. And
Yeah, they got
barriers.
it set up so you can't hear people behind you. It's
No,
one
there's
row at
nobody
a time.
behind you, and then
It's
there's a
really
wall
nice.
behind you, and then it's another
And
level.
dream loungers.
Yep.
So, and they serve alcohol and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Final thoughts, Riley. Final thoughts. I've said mine. I think it's great, and I've done most of the talking because I wanted to just break down the movie quick.
It's
And I'm hyped about it.
It was really good. You guys should go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all
right.
I'll say the
Thumbs
same
up.
thing. Yeah, I mean,
The one
this
girl
is-
that Dia, man, is she beautiful.
they're all beautiful, dude.
I don't know. The one dude, his best friend's wife, I was like, meh. Rebecca, that's her name.
Rebecca.
I know. I was like, that's not a very Indian name.
What do you do?
Everyone else is like,
all right. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, leave a comment if you're going to see this or if you have seen this. Please let us know what you thought of it. Is it as good as we, or is it better? I'm part of me is like it is a 9, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It was missing something for me. I don't know.
The pacing was a little bit.
that knocked a point for me, but other than that, I think it's almost as good a movie as you could write for a
cop
amnesia
thing?
cop movie.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You can't get any cooler than that in Honor.
Well
and all that
shot.
shit, so, yeah.
Lots of good shots. Lots of overhead shots, like very zoomed out stuff.
Yeah.
You got a real feel for like the slum areas, and you're like, oh man.
Yeah, or the rich, high-rise shit in the big cities and stuff.
It was
beautiful
really well done.
movie.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
cool. All right, guys, we will catch you in another edition of Vertical Slice.
Yes.